Hi, this is Roger Norling from GHFS, Gothenburg Historical Fencing School, and my Färfelde Guild and HEMAC. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about grips, and primarily the leading hand grip. It's a topic that hasn't really been talked much about before. People mostly talk about the rear hand changes. There are some interesting changes going on with the leading hand as well. And this is something we see in Taloff, we see it in Faulkner, Le Kushner, Hans Medel, to some extent in Marozzo, and also certainly in Joachim Meyer's fencing treatise. Primarily you have three different grips. The first one is a hammer grip, which is where you start, for instance in tag, and you use it when you cut from low, like this, or standing when you're close to your target, and you can actually reach it easily. However, when you cut using, for instance, an overhow, or a zonhow, or a short edge krumphow, you're actually switching grip to this, and you will see some of the grip in between the fingertips and the fleshy bits of the thumb. This is something you see in many of these older treatments. So as you cut, you transition from hammer to thumb against the cross, like this. Like that. The advantage here is that, first of all, your point can move a little bit further. If you maintain your hand grip, it will lock the sword like this. Your hand and wrist will actually stop your movement and hinder it. But if you open up, it continues. This is very much like striking. Don't strike at your target, strike through the target. And it's the same thing when you go on the other side, or with an Unterhau. That was a bad cut. Like that, Unterhau, or a short edge Krumphow, like that. Again, thumb against the cross, like that. Another advantage that you get is, if you compare this easily gets your thumb cut. But if you move like this, your hand is much better protected in the bind. Okay? You get better edge alignment, you get better control of the edge as you strike like this, because you will feel where the edge is by touching the cross. The second variant of gripping is, and this is the most common one, people know this, put your thumb against the flat of the blade like that, or against the grip, the flat of the grip, which means you can cut down a krumphow, and a svärdshau, like this, skilhau, glitzhau, like that. It makes you stronger in the bind, it protects your hands a little bit, and it opens up your movement instead of trying to grip it like this. This opens it up. So you actually have an open palm, like this. Switching between these two grips, you can do a lot of things. For instance, making short edge and long edge krumphow. Thumb against the flat, krumphow, or the short edge, thumb against the cross, like that. So you work with thumb against the flat, thumb against the cross, flat, cross, flat, and so on. Another tiny detail I'll just show, and this is something Robert Molin showed me, which is kind of cool. From a bind, you can actually just move your hand around the cross like this and come over here. This is practical, for instance, if you start on here and you have a cut coming in towards your head and a parry up here. You can rewind your blade over his sword and go down like that. Alternatively, you can do this with the Rosen-like thing, going up with a long edge like this. Note that the pommel is by my right shoulder, and the point is towards my left side. I parry up here, and I go the same way. From here, I can pommel strike, or grapple, or do other things like that. So again, I go up with the Windhau, or in Tristau, and go down like this, or like that. One more time, like that, or like this. I should have had a partner here showing these together with, but I think you get the point at least. Sometimes I have to step back a little bit because I don't want to get my blade entangled with my cross against his blade. I want to bind somewhere around the middle. So I get up here and continue up and flick it around. Okay? Just some short bits about grip changes with the leading hand. Thumb against the cross, thumb against the flat, and switching. Thank you.